Hey everyone, and welcome to my review of the all-new 2023 Acura Integra and the A-Spec technology trim. Now, if you're an OG or a Honda fan, you probably remember the Integra of yesteryear, more specifically the 3rd generation Type R with its legendary handling and performance. Acura discontinued the beloved Integra at the end of the 2006 model year, replacing it with the less memorable ILX. Perhaps thanks to a healthy dose of nostalgia or more likely perceived economics, Acura ditched the far less memorable ILX and revived the Integra for the 2023 model year. So what does the Integra bring to the table? In this review, I'll be going over the exterior, interior, and driving performance of the Integra before concluding with my final opinions. So let's get this review started with the exterior and the visual design style Acura brought to the table. The 2023 Acura ILX has been completely redesigned for this model year. While it looks externally different from a Honda Civic, it does share the same mechanics and platform. I did my review of the Civic, link in the description. I can tell you that this new Civic is utterly superb with a best-in-class interior, handling, and fuel economy. The Acura Integra takes everything the Civic does incredibly well and cranks the knob to 11, inching ever closer to car excellence. The Acura shares a lot of its visual style with its more upscale sibling, the Acura TLX. From the front, the hood is low slung, and Acura includes what they call the Diamond Pentagon grille and jewel-eye LED lights. Like the Honda Civic, the hood and front subframe are made from aluminum. The Integra is only available as a 5-door hatchback, and because of that, the roofline slopes toward the back. My review model was the A-Spec trim. If you choose to go with the A-Spec trim, you will get a few extra exterior touches. For one, you will get black trim and carbon fiber in both the mirrors and spoilers. You'll get 18-inch shark gray wheels with the 17-inch wheels being standard. In the rear, you will also get dual exhaust with a stock sport tuned muffler for a more unique exhaust note. When it comes to power, the 2023 Acura Integra is powered by the 1.5-liter VTEC 4-cylinder engine, which comes turbocharged straight from the factory, and the engine puts out 200 horsepower and 192 foot-pounds of torque. The 1.5-liter VTEC engine is the same engine used in the Civic Si, which is renowned for its peppy performance. You should expect a 0 to 60 time of around 7 seconds. While that certainly may not sound supercar fast, the Integra engine has a super flat torque curve and a lighter flywheel, making the Integra feel very peppy and fun to drive. The transmission is made to either a CVT or a godly 6-speed manual transmission that will definitely go into deeper detail in this review. So now that we went over the exterior and powertrain, let's jump inside to take a look at the Integra's interior. At first glance, the Integra interior is a splitting image of the Honda Civic, and as I said before, that is a very good thing. I really like the Acura Integra interior. The design style is very streamlined. As expected, the knobs and fixtures feel super nice to touch. When I twist and press the buttons, the workmanship is really noticeable with tactile clicks and presses rather than a flimsy feel. I have always loved the build quality of the Honda-based vehicles, and the Integra is no exception. Even the leather-wrapped steering wheel is excellent with buttons and inputs that are on par with what you would expect from Audi or even Mercedes-Benz. The Integra in the A-Spec trim has a red interior, which is visually quite striking. The seats on the Integra are absolutely awesome. While they are technically not Recaro seats and are rather Acura specific, they're incredible for 2 reasons. The first is the ergonomic profile. It does a really good job of matching your body with the seat by reducing gaps in the thighs and the back area, and second, the bolstering, which keeps you locked in the seat when driving around tight corners. The seats are heated as well. I was able to drive for hours without any back discomfort, which is very impressive. While the Integra looks sporty, it is very comfortable. The Integra is currently only sold as a 5-door hatchback, and one of the pros of a hatchback is the rear cargo room. If you actually need to use the Integra for moving furniture or you need a lot of space, the Integra really knocks it out of the park. The rear cargo area is so well optimized with 60/40 foldable seats. For one, it's very deep with no wasted space. If you want, you can also drop the seats at a touch of a button, providing even more cargo room. Overall, I'm just super happy with how practical the Integra is despite being marketed as a sports car. So now that we've talked about the Integra seats and functionality, let's jump up front to see how the Integra does in the infotainment and audio department. The Integra has a 9-inch console touchscreen, and Android Auto and Apple CarPlay come standard. Like most other vehicles, from here you can access your media, phone, as well as vehicle settings. The Integra also has a full digital gauge cluster, which is a very nice upscale touch, as well as a heads-up display which provides direction and speed information. You can control the gauge screen with the buttons on your steering wheel, and you can rotate through various information displays. Sound was provided by an awesome ELS 3D Studio sound system with 16 speakers, including a rear subwoofer in the trunk. Let me tell you right away, the sound system is mind-blowingly good with some of the cleanest and punchy tones I've ever heard. Apparently, the sound system was engineered by a Grammy Award-winning sound engineer. Last but certainly not least, the Integra has blind spot monitoring, a rear view camera, and proximity sensors that warn you if you get too close to nearby objects. A cool feature is that when you use the adaptive cruise control, which includes a slow traffic mode and collision avoidance, you can see the car in front of you in the gauge cluster, as the Integra uses a combination of both sensors and cameras. Overall, the Integra is a total win with its functionality and interior. Let's hit the road to see how it does. Before I get going though, I have to spend some time to talk about the incredible 6-speed manual transmission offering for the Integra. The Integra does come with a standard CVT transmission, but if you can get the manual transmission, I'd highly recommend you do. The Integra transmission is next level. Shifts are buttery smooth and the gear rings are meticulously crafted, meaning that rolling through the gears is a total joy. You really feel your engine in a car with this transmission. The clutch is good, however it is just a tiny bit long for such a tight driving vehicle. A really cool feature is auto rev match. When you downshift the Integra, it will blip the throttle, meaning all you need to do is smoothly let out the clutch and the engine and transmission will smoothly sync up. The system makes the Integra so easy to drive and reduces fatigue, as you no longer have to consistently heel and toe. When it comes to actual handling, the Integra is a supercar. The Integra platform has a front McPherson strut and full independent rear suspension. The Integra is one of the smoothest handling cars I've ever had the pleasure of driving. I have no idea how Acura did it, but it literally feels like you're driving on a cloud. That said, handling is super responsive with good road feel and the car is so balanced. When you turn the steering wheel, handling feels intuitive and the Integra follows curves easy without the need for many corrections, even in snowy or slick conditions. Adding to that, the Integra exhaust sounds are really nice with a really pleasant hum at highway speeds. The Integra engine is also incredible with a super flat torque curve. Normally with Japanese 4-cylinder engines, power is found at 5,000 RPM. The 1.5 liter VTEC 4-cylinder turbocharged engine generates power and torque at 1,500 RPM. What that means is that the throttle is super responsive. Even when I overgear the Integra, it can still haul and accelerate thanks to its low end torque. If I need to pass in traffic, I just drop a gear and the Integra absolutely takes off like a race car with very satisfying acceleration and pull. It doesn't end here though, the Integra is also relatively fuel efficient, especially on the highway. Normally you sacrifice fuel economy for power, but not with the Integra. I was able to get 6.2 liters per 100 kilometers, which is very close to 40 miles per gallon fuel economy. Even with gas being very expensive at the time of publication, the Integra has Civic level fuel economy while having Acura level power, which is excellent. So now that we're at the end of the review, do I have any criticism? As shocking as it may be, I do not. The Integra checked off so many boxes. From its excellent interior, handling performance, and fuel economy, the Integra is without a doubt a bulletproof decision if you're looking for a high-end hatchback. I like the Integra so much that it's almost sad I had to bring it back at the end of the review period. I don't say that lightly. I really love my time with the Acura Integra and I'm sure you will too. Thanks again so much for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like or subscribe. Have a great rest of your day.